Alright, in this video, let's look at a few other forms of quadratic equation. And we're going to look at difference of two square. Then also, we take a deeper look at what problems leading to quadratic equation. So the difference of two square. Usually, difference of two squares of the form a squared minus b squared. Whatever alphabet you want to use. It might be x squared minus y squared. But what it means is there are two squares. I want to look for the difference. And this is a quadratic equation because the highest power of a quadratic equation is what? Is 2. So in this case, so that's why we call it a difference of two square. To evaluate the difference of two square mathematically is usually of this form. A minus b. If you expand this, you're actually going to get a square minus b square. A times a is a square. A times minus b ab plus b times a plus ab plus b times minus b square. This comes to a square plus ab minus ab is 0, then minus b square. So if you have difference of two square, all you do is you take the addition and you take the subtraction of the two variables, then you multiply them together. Just for example, if you have 25 minus 16, for example, 25 minus 16 is a difference of two square because 25 is 5 square and 16 is 4 square. So this should give you 5 plus 4 multiplied by 5 minus 4. So this will give you 9 times 1, and that is 9. So just a quick example. And let's look at another difference of two square. For example, if I have a square minus 169. Now, in this case, it looks more of a quadratic equation we are used to, because this can further be expressed as a square minus 0a plus 0a minus 169. So because in this case, we have the middle term, which is our a, but it's just that it is 0. That is why we have a square minus 169. So if we want to solve this by a factorization method, we say that this is a square. We multiply the first term by the last term. So our first term is a square. Our last term is minus 169. Then this will give us minus 169 a squared. Then we look for factors of minus 169 a squared. Minus 169 a squared. So, which when you add will give us our 0a, our plus 0a. So 169 minus 169 a squared can actually be plus or minus 169a and plus or minus a, which means it can be plus 169a and minus a. It can be minus 169a and plus a. So, and it can be plus or minus 13a and plus or minus 13a, which means it can be plus 13a and minus a. It can be minus 13a and plus a. So if you make it as plus 13a and minus 13a, plus 13a times minus 13a, this gives us minus 169 a squared. Plus 13a minus 13a will give us 0. So this is the factor we are looking for. A factor which when added will give us the third term, which is our 0a. Therefore, we can say this becomes a square plus 13a minus 13a minus 169 equals to 0. A is common into a plus 13. Minus 13 is common into a plus 13 equals to 0. Then this becomes a plus 13. You have it in two places, so you pick one, a plus 13. Then you now pick your a minus 13, which is you pick one of these. Then you now pick this and this, a minus 13. So in this case, you can see that your a squared minus 169 eventually becomes a plus 13 and a minus 13. So generally, when for you to have the difference of any two square, you just do the addition of that variable, you multiply by the subtraction of that variable. So the exam can come in any form. So and you use the different. So let's take a deeper look at what problems leading to quadratic equation. You know, what problem can lead to any form of equation, and we just want to restrict ourselves to the one that leads to quadratic equation in this case. So we take this example. It says the sum of two numbers is 13 and their product is 40. Then find the number. So let's solve as follows. Solution. The sum of two numbers is 13 and their product is 40. So let the numbers be x and y. So the first one says the sum of the number is 13, which means x plus y is 13. First equation. The second one says their product is 40. X multiplied by y is equal to 40, which translates to xy equals 40. Equation 2. So then we solve this equation and this equation simultaneously. Now from my equation 1, I know that x is equal to 13 minus y. So if I know that my x is 13 minus y from equation 1, then it is easier for me, because what you need to do is you express one of the equation in terms of the other. So what I need to do is to put my value of x in equation 2. And you know that my equation 2 is xy equals to 40. I already know my x to be 13 minus y multiplied by y is equal to 40. Let me use a smaller portion here. So this is my equation 2, and I've simplified my equation 2 by putting the value of my x in equation 2. 13 times y is 13y. Minus y multiplied by y, that's minus y squared equals to 40. If we rearrange this, you will get minus y squared plus 13y minus 40 equals to 0, because you bring everything to one side so that you can have your quadratic equation. If you multiply through by negative by minus, multiply through by minus 1, then minus 1 times y squared becomes y squared, minus 1 times plus 13y becomes minus 13y, minus 1 times minus 40 becomes plus 40, then equals minus 1 times 0 becomes 0. Then this equation is what you will now solve quadratically to look for the value of y. So let's quickly. So y squared, well, the quadratic equation we want to solve is y squared minus 13y plus 40 equals to 0 plus 40. So like we have been doing in our factorization method, you multiply the first term, which is y, by the last term, which is plus 40. Y times plus 40 is plus 40y squared. Your first term is y squared, so you're multiplying that by plus 40 and you will get plus 40y squared. Then you look for the factors of plus 40y squared, which when added gives your second term. Our second term in this case is minus 13y. So let's look for those factors. What are the factors of 40y squared plus 40y squared? We can have plus 40y and plus 1y. Plus 40y times plus 1y will give you 40y squared. That's 40 times y. Then you can also have the negative minus 40y and minus y will give you plus 40y squared. Then we can have 20y and 2y. 20y times 2y will also give you plus 40y squared. You can also have minus 20y and minus 2y. That will also give you plus 40y squared. Then you can have 8 and 5. 8y and 5y. Plus 8y multiplied by plus 5y will give you 40y squared. Minus 8y multiplied by minus 5y will also give you 40y squared. From all of these factors, which one will give you minus 13y when added? So if you add 40y and y, you get 41y. It doesn't give you minus 13y. If you add any of this, it doesn't give you minus 13y until if you add minus 8y plus minus 5y. This becomes minus 8y minus 5y, and that is the one that gives you minus 13y. So the next thing you do after you've gotten this is you will now substitute that factor into your quadratic equation, into the second term of your quadratic equation. So let me make more space. So we've gotten the factors to be minus 8y and minus 5y. Therefore, our quadratic equation then becomes y squared minus 8y minus 5y. We put it in place of the minus 13y, which is our second term, plus 40 equals to 0. Then we group into two. So this is one group and this is another group. So what is common? Y squared and minus 8y. Y is common. Then y squared, y in y squared gives you y. Then minus 8y divided by y gives you minus 8. Also, this is minus 5y and plus 40. What is common? Minus 5 is common. Minus 5y divided by minus 5, this gives you y. Plus 40 divided by minus 5, this gives you minus 8 equals to 0. Y minus 8 is common in both ways. So you pick one, y minus 8. Then you now pick your y minus 5. This is the y minus 5 equals to 0. From our previous knowledge of quadratic equation, we say either y minus 8 equals 0 or y minus 5 equals 0, whichever one we're picking. So then we say or y minus 5 is equal to 0. So which further translates to either y is equal to 0 plus 8, or y is equal to 0 plus 5. Now we've gotten our y. Don't forget, what we're looking for is x and y, because we said let the number be represented by x and y respectively. So, but we've gotten our y to be 8 or 5. And remember, if you recall that x is equal to 13 minus y. So if x is 13 minus y, we need to find the two values of x also. So we put 8 first. So if y is 8, then x is 13 minus 8. That will give us 5. You know, we say value of y is 8 or 5. Then if y is 5, then we say x is 13 minus 5. That will be 8. Therefore, x also is 5 or 8. So the two numbers are x and y. X and y, which can be 8 and 5 or 5 and 8. Can be 8 and 5. It means x can be 8 when x is 8, y is 5, or y can be 5 when y is 5, x is 8. So this is how to solve word problem leading to quadratic equation. The only way, just a tip, the only way you can solve word problem leading to quadratic equation is by solving the simultaneous equation by substitution method only. So you substitute one value of one of the variables and you use it to find the other value in the other equation. So thank you for watching this video, and remember to submit the practice question. We are now going to give you some practice questions, and remember to submit the answer to the practice questions on our Telegram group. Our Telegram group, once again, for those of you that join the Telegram group. And if you have not joined the Telegram group, our Telegram group is, just type this, https://LearnEazy 2020. Then you join the group. So you submit answer to the practice questions on our Telegram group. Don't forget also on our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel by visiting the channel and you click on subscribe button. How would you visit our YouTube channel? Just go to YouTube and search for LearnEazy. So then it brings you an icon with a cap and a certificate. That's our icon. You click on that and you click on the subscribe button. Then from there you click on the notification bell so that I can get notification when we upload new videos. So that I can get notification when we upload new videos. Thank you for watching.
Test yourself. I will read. The first one says factorize over figure 1 16y cube plus 16y square plus 4y. Should I give you little hints? Because some students might get confused. This is raised to power 3, raised to power 2. Let me just leave you to determine what you are supposed to do here. Just factorize. The second one, 1 over 16 minus 1 over 2 r plus r square. 35 minus 12u plus u square. Then number 2, factorize. X plus y square minus 9. 2r square minus 32. 1 divided by 25 minus 40 square. And this is a word problem. Number 3, half of the sum of two numbers is 12, while 1/4 of their product is 35. Find the numbers. Number 4, the length of two pencils differ by 5 cm and their product is 66 cm square. Find their lengths. Of course, the first person to get it right and submit on the Telegram group will have a gift. Thank you.